Blood on the streets, when pro-choice turns to pro-violence. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. But what about a video of a woman being punched in the face for daring to speak her mind? This isn't just about politics. It's about the brutal silencing of dissent. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Savannah Craven Antao, a reporter for Live Action, went to Harlem, NYC, to do what journalists do: ask questions. Her target? The deeply divisive topic of abortion and Planned Parenthood. What she got in return was a fist to the face. The interview started innocently enough, a conversation with a woman who identified as pro-abortion. But things quickly spiraled out of control. A simple discussion devolved into a violent assault, caught on camera for the world to see. The interviewee's strong opinions on abortion, foster care, and child welfare were clear, but disagreement doesn't justify violence. It doesn't excuse the brutal attack that followed. The video shows it all: the escalating tension, the raised voices, and then the sickening thud of a fist connecting with a face. Multiple punches rained down on Craven Antao, leaving her bloodied and reeling. The assailant, fueled by rage, didn't stop there. She fled the scene, spewing obscenities as she disappeared into the crowd. This wasn't just a disagreement, it was a calculated act of violence. Craven Antao was left with a cut on her forehead and brow, injuries that required stitches at a local hospital. The physical pain is undeniable, but the emotional trauma may run even deeper. In the aftermath of the attack, Craven Antao took to social media, sharing images of her injuries. Her message was clear: abortion supporters are violent. It's a stark accusation, one that demands attention. Her husband, Henry Antao, confirmed the assault and immediately reported it to the NYPD. He provided a detailed description of the assailant, hoping to bring her to justice. But will justice be served? The question hangs heavy in the air. Will this act of violence be swept under the rug, another casualty in the culture war? Or will it be a turning point, a moment where we finally say enough is enough? As of now, the assailant remains at large. The NYPD is investigating, but updates are scarce. The silence is deafening, fueling the feeling that this case might be forgotten. Is this the standard response when a pro-life activist is attacked? Would the reaction be different if the roles were reversed? These are questions we need to ask ourselves and demand answers from our authorities. The lack of information only amplifies the outrage. It breeds distrust and reinforces the perception that some victims are more worthy of justice than others. The attack has sparked outrage and condemnation from across the political spectrum. But outrage alone isn't enough. We need action. We need accountability. The incident highlights the increasing polarization and violence surrounding the abortion debate. It's a symptom of a deeper societal sickness, a breakdown in civil discourse, and respect for opposing viewpoints. Craven Antao has expressed gratitude for the outpouring of support she's received. She says she's okay, but the scars, both visible and invisible, will likely remain for a long time. The interview itself reveals a disturbing mindset. The assailant stated that killing a child is better than the child being sent to foster care. This chilling statement exposes a twisted logic that devalues human life. She also hurled insults at law enforcement, shouting, "FK the police," during the interview. This disregard for authority and the rule of law is a dangerous trend that undermines the very fabric of our society. The assailant's claim that you don't understand the magnitude of having a child is particularly galling. It's a condescending dismissal of Craven Antao's views, based on nothing more than her perceived lack of experience. Craven Antao's response was sharp and direct. "I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused." This is the uncomfortable truth at the heart of the matter. The assailant's words reveal a disturbing willingness to justify violence against the most vulnerable members of our society. This is not about choice. It's about the sanctity of life itself. We cannot allow this kind of rhetoric to become normalized. We must stand up and condemn it in the strongest possible terms. Silence is complicity. This assault is a stark reminder of the volatile nature of the abortion debate. It's a wake-up call that we cannot afford to ignore. The investigation is ongoing, but we cannot rely on the authorities alone. We must demand justice for Savannah Craven Antao. We must hold the assailant accountable for her actions. We must send a clear message that violence will not be tolerated. Here's what you can do. Share this video. Spread awareness about the assault and the disturbing rhetoric that fueled it. Contact the NYPD. Demand updates on the investigation and urge them to prioritize the case. Support Live Action. Help them continue their important work of exposing the truth about abortion. Speak out against violence. Condemn all forms of violence, regardless of the victim or the perpetrator. Pray for Savannah. Offer your support and prayers for her recovery. This is not just about one woman. It's about the future of our society. It's about whether we will allow violence to silence dissent or whether we will stand up for what is right. The choice is ours. Let's choose justice. Let's choose life.